Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 21. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Go Chiefs! 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to...
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike. Heavy.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Right down. He's checking. Crash. Showing up. Shit. Right down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to...
And this is caught. Touchdown.
This mugs. I'm like, really?
Darren Waller.
Oh,
there
really?
to make the
Nobody
grab.
being up out
As
there.
his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Oh!
Solid return. Pretty good field position. He'll start at the 32-yard line.
Oh! Oh!
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
Oh, come on, no.
Picked by Trey.
No, I want that play, damn
They're
it.
going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Motherfucker. Okay.
Now,
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now. 180. Hey, we're good. We're good. 180. Express. Get him. You got it. 53 back down. 53 at the mic.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
What's up?
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Brought down by Nate Gehring.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Slow motion. Okay.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the 28.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Not really.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. In your face. Hey, alert. Mike
Well,
50,
you can
Mike
put it
50.
on
They're not ready for this, man.
the party so you can hear.
To throw is Wentz. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it.
Blah, blah, blah.
Back him up 5.
Did he leave? Okay, 3rd and 11. Get back in the game. Get back in the game.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check. Line two.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I got you, son.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second down, Jacobs. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now Carr. It's caught. Jones.
Wow, 57.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Carr. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. From midfield, here's Carr. The open man here, Renfro. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Here's Carr to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To throw is Carr. And his throw is incomplete. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Carr to throw again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Down. Blue ladies.
Check 53. Check. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Mike, 53.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I got you. You're mine.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
I actually hit the button. It was like 7 seconds left. I'm like, it didn't even call a timeout. It was like maybe it didn't want you to or something. I'm like, it's only 4 seconds left now. Shit. Come on, y'all. Don't make no mistake.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53. Mike, 53. Strip that ball.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Complete to Jones. Shedding the tackle.
Did not say no mistakes. That's crazy.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion.
He couldn't bring him down.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with
like,
them.
okay, don't worry about it. Just no mistake.
Bring it back out to start the third quarter.
Extra play by Carlson, up and good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
And I thought I was getting the ball. Oh, boy.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
No mistake.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. He's got a man.
I'm standing there with my hands up. I'm standing there. Oh, man. Get the hell. I'm standing there. I'm standing there with my hands up. I'm like, I'm lurking here. I'm lurking. Put some fucking mustard on it. I don't even care. See there. I think the game trying to fuck me,
so
man.
From Philadelphia territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Right, man. This game trying to fuck me.
Shot 31, shot 31.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, incomplete.
That's 3 interceptions I done dropped.
Really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Why? That's 3 passes.
Got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a whole opening.
They had their hands on 3 of them.
Early downs like that 1st down there need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
3 passes I didn't have my hands on.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Operating from the gun. Carr able to find Waller. That's complete. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. You better be afraid of me.
Throwing now is Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right? They won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win over Carolina, and then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just one game back of 6-6 Dallas.
Hey, 5-7.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Bravo.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, come on up, come on up. Hey, check.
Down the man inside, down the man.
Hey, pick your game up. He's close.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
You're fighting. Come on, y'all.
Here we go. Ready? Sunday.
No.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Hey, Alpha.
There's a blitz here. We got a blitz here.
24 is the mic. We want this.
Blitz on both sides? Oh, okay.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. CD with that incompletion. Let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the #1 game because the #1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the #1 seed. I think the #2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the #1 team in the NFC West, and the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The #3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas, but Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks. And then you finish up Kansas City, New England. How is that the #4 game?
I know.
Hard to believe, but it is in this instance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, Lion. Kill.
Throwing is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games.
Defense
and now
here.
in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Needs to fucking defense.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Let's get it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check out read.
Right Monday.
Carr going to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
It's just me and you.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he gets it to the 34. Good for the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and take look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Throw from Carr, complete to Renfro. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Another nice pickup.
You don't know these bitches. I was going to say, little motherfucking Renoir. Like he an artist or some shit. Get the hell out of here.
Swings, slants,
Renoir.
things that they consider safe.
Making up
To
shit.
throw again on 2nd down. Carr, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they
See me
need.
lurking. You see me lurking. You see me lurking.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at
You
the
see me
50-yard
lurking.
line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Check 50. Rip. Hey, Rip 5-2. Come here.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Forced out to his left. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 50 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am. This, I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays They're going to gain yardage, how would you say, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I don't think you got it, sir. Express.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. Jones has it. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now a carry for Jacobs. 8 yards here, so that gets him back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
He was late. He wasn't even in the party.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Check safety, check safety. Shift.
You're mine.
Shift.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
What down? 180.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
From the gun, Carr. A short one here, secured by the tight end, Waller. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. And let's get that line.
Carr to throw.
Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to tell me. I see what you're trying to tell me. I see what you're trying to tell me.
Tell you what, he's been able to.
I'm working against other forces here. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
No. What? He's wide? No. No.
Back to throw. Carr rolling to his right. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. It's complete to Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders.
What the fuck is going on?
And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable.
Some razzle-dazzle here.
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it. Do all the
Because
right
I
things
made
down
one
the
or two
stretch,
mistakes,
especially
but
on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
come with
Out
this
is the
other ass
kickoff
team.
unit as they
Who's the
run up
fucking
and send
Raiders?
this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Yeah, fucking
And
Raiders. I don't know none of them, right? Ain't no Fred Biletnikoff for nobody. Who the hell are these guys? Yeah, you start getting tips.
The Eagles
and shit.
offense set to begin their next drive.
I'm like, okay, you know what time it is.
82.
Switch it.
No.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. And even 50 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Go. 280. Check and kill.
24 is the mic. Come on.
Move.
24 is the mic. Hey.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz letting one go deep for the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Deshaun Jackson, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, watch his flat.
Great.
Watch his flat. Check. Crouch.
Shotgun now for Wentz.
I didn't know I was free.
He's going to be taken down.
I didn't know I was free.
At the 33-yard line. So this one a victory.